Welcome to Wedding Mayhem, your wedding channel for all things wedding. And I've got Holly from Blank Canvas with me again.
Hello. Hi there.
Again, it's just an excuse to get you back for a gossip.
I know.
And we have had a gossip.
We are. I'm very excited about this.
Although I petrified you coming out the toilet.
Oh my goodness. She just booed me. I'm not a good person to boo because I scream. Like,
it's my party trick.
I know, it's awful. I don't know why I thought there was an intruder in a building. And then
she didn't know whether to punch me.
It's terrifying.
Or faint.
I'm still upset.
And you fainted.
I may sue you for damages.
The funniest thing is we had Paul Maxim here doing his own VT about that he's been on the show
and
everything.
I in the background?
And you came out the toilet going, I nearly shat myself.
It was terrifying. It was terrifying.
I love a joke.
There I was, checking my lipstick. There you are. I'll get you back.
You held onto the basin for dear life. I
did.
And carried on screaming. I love it. I'm the person
I will get her back.
I'm the person that will jump out with a horn.
Yeah, and I'm the person that screams.
Yeah, I love it. That's
so good.
That's it.
I will get you back.
I do it.
When you least expect it.
I do it to Morgan in the shop every single time, and she's that far away from punching her boss every week. She went
it's harassment.
So we are talking about difficult people.
Difficult people to deal with in the wedding planning stage. This is very exciting.
Because we've just had, we get loads of questions coming in and just people saying hi and stuff like that. And they went, people are like, oh, you should talk about this. But just recently, and I don't know whether it's come to the end of the year and everybody's tired, but there's been lots of like, oh my God, this has happened to me, this happened to me. And it's all about dealing with difficult
negative
people.
Stories.
So we're going to talk about them and we're going to try and hopefully give you some tools to maybe deal with them.
Yes.
So we're used to dealing with difficult people. But because we're in the customer... I would say in the customer's face, but that's the wrong word, isn't it?
Well, it's a service industry.
Yes, that's the one, service industry. So, we're going to get people at their best and we're going to get people at their worst. And I would say that people at their worst for us is because of people that are doing this to them. And it's that we're their only outlet, really.
Totally. And I think also because we see the whole of the planning, we see the bride, we see the groom, we see all of the people in the wedding. And we get a sort of overview of, you get very good at psychology doing this work.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I actually had a psychologist in on Wednesday or Saturday, I don't remember what day it was. And it was quite interesting because I didn't know she was. And it was just how we were dealing with people. We had two appointments in, it was Saturday, we had two appointments at the same time. And just my job on a Saturday is to make sure that everything's running on time, making sure that actually you need to put that dress in there, sure that she'll like that. And just and
managing the team of people everyone's bringing and all that.
It is. Actually, 90% of my job is making sure that these people are not ruining the experience for the bride, and that's a tough gig, because people don't like being told what to do, and they all, some of them think that they're more experienced than you and stuff like that. And
well, I think that's where it can be tricky actually, because I think when there's a wedding involved, everyone involved in the wedding has their own idea of how they want that to be. Yeah, even
it's not there.
Great aunt, whoever,
Fanny.
Whoever, exactly, and it gets very diluted from being the bride and groom or the couple's day, and it becomes your mum wants this and your cousin wants that, and we had it when we got married. My husband's cousin was at the time going out with someone we'd never met, and he demanded for her to come to our wedding, and we were like, we've never met her. But it's interesting how you suddenly have the demands of someone you don't even know, on top of your own couple demands of what your partner wants, what you want, what budget allows, what the people contributing financially want as well. Yeah. It's a minefield, but we're going to clear the mines.
But this woman turned around, she said, you're good. I went, thank you.
Oh.
She said, no. She said, I'm a psychologist. She said, your job isn't about making people look pretty.
No.
She said it's getting into the depth of their minds about what they want, what they really want, and not what they're trying to please the people on the sofa.
And knowing before they know as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very much what I do on the day of a wedding. As a wedding
you're always
on the day
4 steps, 10 steps ahead.
Totally. And of not just the bride and groom on the wedding day, but of all of the guests, like thinking, oh, that person might need something in a minute. This person...
You're fighting fires.
You are.
And you're trying to make sure that the fires don't start in the first place. And it's
so true.
It's tough, and you have to be really strong.
You have to be very involved and aware of
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Really read the room.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's about creating that lovely atmosphere.
So I've got some. You've not seen these.
No, what's this?
We have done.
It's probably
this.
got like something to boo me with.
We
What
have
is
done.
this?
We have done this last. Oh my God!
I'm very scared of you now. The last time I come on here.
So are my husbands. Rule by fear. We put this together really last minute just because it's a bit of an emergency because we had so many. I put this post out and loads of people came forward, so it is something that people want. And I put here: what does a difficult person typically look like in a wedding setting?
It's a very good question. I think for me, it's someone who is overly demanding and sort of putting their own emphasis on things, not just watching what the couple want.
Yeah.
It's the mother-in-law that goes, well, actually, this is what you're doing. I want to pick the flowers. This is what you should have. And not listening. I think it's sort of anyone that's not listening, not thinking about the actual couple.
I'm going to go somewhere different.
Oh, really?
So you've gone vocal.
Oh, it's the quiet one.
So I'm going to go coerce.
Oh, yeah.
So
well, it can be any form.
Yeah. So it's the quiet. They say it's the quiet ones. It is the ones going.
Oh, you're doing that, are you?
Oh, yeah. It could be that. It could be like, what about these? So you're giving doubt.
Yeah.
Because they go, oh yeah, we've chosen these flowers. Do you like them? And I'm like, yeah, but is that in season? Is it difficult to get hold of? Or have you thought about these? Because you might not have seen these before. And then they're thinking, oh shit, I'm missing a beat here.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think another way I've seen it as well is when someone will come to a venue, because of course with Blank Canvas that I run, we have venues, we have a beautiful portfolio of different venues. And sometimes a couple will have chosen the venue and they love it. It suits everything they want. Yeah. And they may bring, like with the dresses, they may bring their parents or even a best man or bridesmaid along to see the venue again. And at this point they've booked it. We're under contract. Yeah. They've chosen it. It's what they want. We're in the planning process. And there'll be times when other people in the party will go, oh, I would have thought you'd chosen something a bit more light. Yeah. Or a bit more outdoor space. So that's those sort of nasty comments. And you can see the couple going, oh my God, this is what's happening. This is not what we want everyone to love it.
And it's people's life savings that they're putting into these weddings.
It's their dream.
So it puts panic and doubt into their minds. But how do we deal with these?
I think it's anyone that's sort of unsupportive, isn't it? Anyone that's sort of not thinking about the couple and totally being on the wavelength. And
I think the person that's supportive would go, and I bring this back, and I've said this story a few times now, the best guest that I had in the boutique was only a couple of months ago, considering I've been doing this for 25 years. And once she was like this, I can't believe I'm here.
Oh, I remember you telling me about her. Oh, that was so lovely.
She picked me.
The honour.
And we were like, oh, you're obviously good friends. She went, well, yeah, sort of. But she has other friends, so she couldn't believe that she'd been picked to come. It became very evident why she'd been picked, because when that bride came out, at no point did she ever say, oh, I don't like that. I don't like this. There was never any eyes. No, so warning of the eyes. There were no eyes in anything that came out of her mouth. It was, what do you think of the fabric? How does it feel on? What about that waistline? Does that feel comfortable? So she talked her through the dress. So she asked the bride to talk. The bride stood there and went, yeah, I like this, but I'm not sure, because I'm a bit of a flapper and stuff like that. And I was like, well, we could take that off the shoulder. So we took it off the shoulder. And she went, oh, I've got more movement now. So we worked through the dress.
Amazing.
And then we were like, right, okay, let's park this. Let's go to the next one. And then it was just brilliant how she did it. And I think she was just somebody in school, teacher or something like that. So psychology wasn't her.
What a good friend. That's so lovely. But she had that.
There's a reason why she was there. So if you're having people that go, well, I don't, or have you thought about choosing that instead? So I think directional is trying to change your mind.
And anything with putting doubt into a couple's mind is really sad. My pop socks look good, don't they?
Oh, look at you, Nora Batty.
I love a pop sock. Oh God, they actually show. Let me put my legs down. These trousers were not a good look. Can we film this standing up next time? They don't sit well.
We don't script and we don't
I would
practice.
put this in my lap, but it looks a bit inappropriate.
Actually, think of it this. There is no dress rehearsal for a wedding, right?
What, you don't think I should wear pop socks?
No. But there's no dress rehearsal for a wedding.
No, right.
So we haven't practiced this.
No.
So had we practiced this, then you would get it, but you wouldn't get the
up.
But so you want to get this right. So it's the fear that people put in you, thinking, "Shit, I've got to get this right first time." But what if I am doing this wrong?
Yeah. And there's very few things in our lives that we have this much planning of. Most things, apart from Christmas, you just do them really, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's quite out of a lot of people's comfort zone. And I think that's also where a lot of the difficulty comes from with difficult passengers in the wedding, is when people don't really know what you want.
Yeah.
I think a really good way of dealing with people is to sit down with them and say, this is what we want to do. And almost like sort of give them the plan, sort of the business plan of the day, so that they get on board with what you want. So if you're wanting a really relaxed festival style wedding, share a platters barbecue, a bit away from the traditional style of wedding that most older generations would be familiar with, it's quite a good idea to sit them down and say, right, this is our wedding, this is what we want. We want hay bales, we want a celebrant, we want that, to sort of to inform them so that then they can get on board. Yeah. And also possibly as well giving people jobs. Yeah. So saying to the mother-in-law who's a bit not a fan of festival style weddings, she wants a church, she wants it more traditional, saying to her, right, you are in charge of this aspect of the decor, or something that she can hang her hat on and want to be involved with. Because I think usually the sort of difficult people come from a place of stress and a place of actually trying to do, they want to help, they just don't know how to. Yeah, and it comes across wrong, I also would be very, very, very wary of the person that says, and I get this a lot when that bride is in the changing room and they come for me or Cyrus and they go, I know her better than anybody. Yeah. And and that person that says that to me tells me, actually, you don't, because you're having to say those words because you want authority. Yeah. And then you see the bride comes out and go, oh yeah, she's known me a long time. She does know me, and all this sort of, and but you can see them shrinking and but just because you've known someone a long time doesn't mean they're the right person to give you advice. No. You could have known someone a really short amount of time, but actually they're much better at, with you? Yeah, exactly. They're much better at listening to you and thinking about you and being involved in what you want. I don't know about you, but I'm a different person at work to how I am at home. Are you less scary? I do jump out at my husband. I do. I'm fun. You are a lot of fun. But I'm also incredibly quiet at home. Really? I honestly, I could actually close the doors and not speak to anybody for months. That's amazing. So everybody has me as a social butterfly and all this sort of stuff. But I'm at my happiest when I'm at home making my candles, all my soaps. I've done soap, of course. Oh. That's my happy place. But people outside that see me occasionally, and when you mix and stuff like that, will go, I know her really well. She's fun. She likes a drink. She wants the attention and all this sort of stuff. I'm not at all. No. So so you don't really know. The only people that know you better is your other half. Yeah, no, that's a very good point. 100%. So I think but also going back to your question, I think this is also, if we're linking this into suppliers and people involved in the wedding, I think I would always just go with your gut. And if you meet a supplier, always meet your suppliers, always arrange to have a Zoom or face-to-face in some respect, some way that you can. But that's why we're doing this. Yes. So we can get people on that are leaders of their industry to say, this is me, this is how I do it. I mean, they're advertising their business for sure, but it'll give you an understanding to how it works, because you're having to... And you get a feel for that person, think, that's the perfect person for me, that florist is brilliant, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think going with your gut, and if you feel like, I don't think they really get what we want, don't rush to book someone just for the sake of it. Yeah, or because... You've got to get on with your suppliers. Or because Aunt Fanny had them. Yeah. Because it's going to do a different vibe completely. Totally. Just because friends have had them doesn't necessarily mean that they're your people too. So be selective. There are more than one florist, more than one, bridal boutique, so research properly. Yes. See if they've got
rather than just pictures, see if they've got visuals of them talking and going around there, say a florist going around their workroom, putting bunches of flowers together so you can just see how they work.
And a good supplier will always want to see you. Yeah. If you phoned a florist like, Steph Lovell, who's been on here, she's lovely.
Great.
If you phoned her and said, I'm interested in booking you, she's going to kill me for saying this.
I know, but
if you phoned her and said, I'm booking you, could I come and see you set up for it? She'd be like, yeah, of course you can. You should invite you to a venue to see her setting up, see the back of her.
If they're hiding,
that's when it's
for a reason.
Flags.
Red flags.
No, totally.
Yeah, I see green flags, red flags. Why does we always said this, why does a wedding planning sometimes bring out the heightened emotions to people? You talked about this.
Sorry, I don't.
Why does a wedding bring out?
Why does a wedding? Oh, what? Sorry.
It brings the worst
wedding
up.
planner is in what I do. Sorry.
No, it's not all about you.
I'm not doing well, am I? I think it's many things. I think it's the deadline because, like I said, most times, most people don't work to a deadline.
No.
That's why when people go, "It's Christmas, I'm getting stressed," I'm like, it's just like another. You work to a deadline every day with getting the dresses in on time. When you're in the industry, that's what you do, isn't it? Yeah. I also think it's the amount of money. Because the investment's huge, the day has to be perfect because it's the big investment, because it's the day. I also think it's pressure.
Media pressure.
I think everyone has a wish. Yeah. I've got young kids, and in my mind, I'm like, I imagine what their wedding days will be like. Yeah. But that's not what they'll be like because that's their day. It's not up to me. But you've got a lot of people in the bridal party in the sort of, within the planning process who have a vision, and it might not be at all what you envisage.
I think it sounds like we're bashing people here, but good people are very excited for your wedding. They want to help, but what I find is that the help literally they get engulfed with it. There's as soon as you're engaged, it's like, I can do this. And have you thought about this, people? And it's not love bombing, it's wedding bombing, isn't it? So beware of the wedding bombing.
I think the couple need to manage that.
Yeah, because these people are not here at the end.
No. Or make sure they are. Or say, you know what, we'd love your help the day before the wedding, the day after the wedding.
But I find that when my girls are picking their dresses up for the final time, and we're like, right, how's it going? All through fittings and that, they're going, I'm now having to find somebody to go and pick up so-and-so. Somebody, the person that said that they were going to do the flowers has now dropped out because, they feel too pressured. Yeah. And it starts falling.
The realisation comes around.
It starts falling apart. So suddenly the people that are left to do it, the people that have invested their hearts, money and mind are now having to pick up the pieces. So be mindful of people that you're giving jobs to just because they've volunteered.
I think going back though to clear instructions.
Yeah.
Saying to your bridal party, I need you 2 days before the wedding. Please take the day off work. Yeah. Book it as a holiday day. It's going to be great fun, but we're going to need to work hard for the whole day, and make sure everyone's got their expectations. Because what you don't want as well is to say to your bridesmaids, "Oh, come and help me the day before," and then it turns out they're all having their nails done. They can't do anything because they're, which is totally understandable. But they need to know this in advance.
Advanced planning, definitely. How do you stay calm and professional when somebody is being challenging? I think that's us.
Yeah, it's as in like me being. I've got to manage people. I don't really. It's funny because a lot of people say to me, "Oh my God, you're a wedding planner. It must be really stressful." I don't find it stressful at all.
No, because you're organised.
Yeah, and because I know what I'm doing. Yeah, many times. But and it's like what you do. You don't.
I don't get much, but what I tend to get is the panic. Yeah. So I've just had it recently, and in the end, I picked up the phone. Because it was back and forth email. I was promised. And I picked up the phone. Hello, it's Sharon. She went, hello. So the person that was like, was like, hello.
And I find that quite funny because very little's on the phone now.
No, well, she was
and it's so much easier sometimes just to have a conversation rather than the emails go back and forth. You're like, this is all getting confused.
I said, look, I think we're confused with words here. Yeah. I said, everything you've said is true. I said, but this is how it happens. Yeah. I said, it's not going to happen. I said, but this is how we do it. And the reason we do it is because we don't want the stress on you. Yeah. It was about a handover. And then she was panicking that she might have fallen out of love with her dress, and we do exchanges. Yeah. So we said, we come in for the handover and then we give you time to breathe. We don't knee-jerking into something else. And then come in the next day. I said, but have time to think about it first. You don't have to book one because you wanted to book that appointment and book the other. And it's all in our what happens next. I said, if you go back and read that, she went, oh no, I do remember now. But her fear was that she didn't have her plan B.
Yeah.
But her plan B was going to be there. Yeah. It's just that she thought she didn't have her plan B, so she went to flight mode.
Yeah,
and I think that's
a good thing. I think picking up the phone to your suppliers or your family, or I think having conversations is so much more important. And
but we're working and arranging a wedding like this, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it's
the good suppliers will speak to you in the evening.
Yeah,
I do evening calls, weekend calls. Weddings don't sleep.
Yeah. I mean, mine's physical. I physically need, even if they go, I think I've fallen out of love with my dress, I physically need them in the shop.
Yeah.
Because the moment they put it on, they go, oh, I love it.
Really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it's very, very rare that they have to exchange with us. I do get it if they feel pressurised elsewhere. But, again, it's communication. We keep saying, I know everything is communication, isn't it? But
I think then again, choosing suppliers who do have a really good amount of contact with you. You don't want to be choosing a supplier who says, right, we speak 3 times and that's it. And there's 4 emails. Because some wedding planners will limit the number of emails.
I've literally just heard this.
It's shocking. I mean,
Is it?
And I always say to people,
is it quite
we don't
common?
limit. Yeah. I always say to my couples, we never limit the in and out of emails. I mean, I've had about 6 WhatsApps from one bride just today.
Somebody told me that it was a bride actually. Their is it coordinator or wedding planner? I can't remember. But they got so many correspondence, and after that, there was a charge per correspondence. Is that true?
There can be an hourly rate. Yeah.
It was an hourly rate,
and it can be a lot of money.
It was a lot. It was £60.
Yeah, which will tottle up.
Yeah,
you can quite easily.
I
rattle through that.
I get a lot. I get it. Just send me one email with everything in, because we email like we text now, and it's like, oh, and by the way, and by the way, and by the way, and by the way, and I think like just put it on one email.
Yeah. Because also you don't want to miss anything. It's important to be clear.
And I think as a couple getting married, I think if you're doing it all on one email, nothing gets missed. And bullet point it. Yeah. And I'm quite anal about bullet pointing, and space out the paragraphs. Yeah. So it's easy to read, so nothing gets. And maybe even print that off and go, right, they've answered that, they've answered that. Yeah,
definitely print off your emails is a really good idea. And then literally tick it off. Yeah. To make sure that every point has been
covered. Because there's nothing worse than going, oh, but I asked you that in an email. Yeah. And they'll go, and just because you ask it doesn't mean it gets done. So you need to make sure. So they'll be like, oh yeah, you did, but I didn't. If you see the bottom email, I didn't come back to you. I do apologise.
You want suppliers that are contactable. And there will be times, particularly in the summer months when we're all very busy, where they're not actually as available because they're also working on other weddings before yours.
I wouldn't panic also.
Don't panic if that happens. Don't panic at all. But you do need to be able to contact them, at a point.
Yeah. Well, this is why weddings cost more than birthday parties.
Yeah.
It's because they're
behind the scenes, there's a lot going on.
A lot goes on, and like a birthday party will just be a booking. Yeah. Done. There's no other involvement or a little bit involvement, but like we build up a rapport with them. Some brides I don't see. They buy the dress and I see them in 18 months and there's nothing.
It's so true. Some of my couples, I say to them, should we have another meeting? Oh no, we're fine. We're good. We've done this. We've done that. We'll send you an email with who we've booked.
Confidence that.
Yeah.
It's confidence because they feel confident in you and their suppliers. Yeah. But I think with this question here, how do we deal with heightened emotion? For me personally, it's for me not to be emotional back.
Yeah. And we just listen.
And we listen.
If a couple is upset about something, or mother of the bride calls me because she's worried about something, it's about listening. You are that therapist.
Because the emotion isn't actually normally about what's happening on the exchange. It's the build up and everything. So that emotion being thrown at you, we shouldn't be getting it, because some of the stuff that we do get is quite awful, isn't it? In our industry, but it. You have to understand the reason why they're emotional, and it's not.
And you don't take it to heart. You don't. Yeah, it's not. If they're upset about something.
But I've heard
you're responsible and professional, but not. Yeah. Not take it.
I've heard from brides as well, is that when they have gone, full throttled and stuff like that their energy back has been reciprocated back, and it's ended up in a massive fight.
Yeah, and, so sad.
Yeah, you can't come back from that.
No,
So I think as a supplier, you have to remember that these are not your emotions.
No.
This is, yes, they can't be rude to you, but and no swearing. But you have to.
Right, then.
You have to understand why they're emotional. I think if you it is psychology again. It's like right, why is this person kicking off when they weren't like this at the beginning? If it's not.
And sometimes you can find that a couple might be upset about something, and they're upset with you, but you haven't actually done anything wrong.
No,
it's the caterer or it's the marquee guy or something else.
We just have to ask our husbands about that.
Yes.
They're like, why are you upset with me? I'm not upset with you. How do you stay calm and professional when somebody is being challenging? Again, it's listening.
Yeah, I think it's listening. Yeah.
Because they can.
And being just not taking it to heart, not getting emotional, not.
I think for me, it's probably, let them speak. There's nothing worse of being interrupted because I feel we know when we've done it ourselves. When you've got a complaint, you just want to go. You've rehearsed it in here, and you just want to go and get it out. Yeah. And when it comes out, it doesn't seem as bad as it did in here. And we talk, we always talk about, let's talk. And I find if I let them get it all out.
Then you can fix it.
Then the calmness comes over them. It comes over them, and then we're like, right, okay, right. Let's deal with this. And I tend to break it down a little bit. Let's deal with the most important thing. What's the most important bit in this? And then we dissect it a little bit. And I think if you break it up into little bits, it doesn't seem as bad.
Yeah.
It's that volcano.
No, it's so true.
It all spews out.
So true. And also, if you've got the whole story and the whole problem, you can then go, right, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. Miscommunication is massive in our industry.
But that's also a problem with emails and WhatsApp stuff and not having a conversation because the tone you don't get from emails.
Listen, I tell you, we have we have the business WhatsApp. So we've got one avenue where they message, and I'm not kidding you, and it happened last week. I've got a message that's come through on the business WhatsApp through the system. We've also got a completely different story on the email, because in an email that it's longer.
Okay.
So when you're texting, it's shorter. Yeah. Then gone onto social media.
Oh, crikey! And it's everywhere.
And another thing. So there's no full story anywhere. Oh God. So I've had to say, George, you're gonna have to call her. I said, because we have no idea, and you lose the thread. And who was it? Messaged me the other day, Catherine Sullivan. Hi. She went, I've lost the thread. Which one were we talking on? And this is a problem. We have so many dual areas where we can message people. We forget our threads.
So true.
Where we picked off and left off. So and it can get us into a lot of trouble. So I would probably say stick to one avenue. Yeah. That's for suppliers and for...
and I think printing things off is a really good idea.
Yeah. Folder.
Yeah.
Be a geek.
Yeah.
And mark, highlight them off so you know that you've had, get ChatGPT to do you a tick list. I do a daily tick list. It's fantastic. You can make it pretty. And you can actually print that off. It'll give you a download folder and you can literally print it off in Word and you put it in your Lever Arch folder. And you can literally, when you've had your correspondence, you can tick the box. So email sent, correspondence got.
Because that as well will calm the couple's nerves, knowing it's ticked, it's done, I've sent the email, I've had a response. Rather than, I think a lot of stuff now is in our heads, it's not on paper, written, highlighted. It does make a big difference writing down. I think that help a lot.
What early signs tells you that a situation might escalate?
That's a good question. I think that comes along to our first question. With looking, I think it's where you can sort of see negativity.
Yeah. I agree.
And sort of judginess.
Yeah, I've just recently, they might even come on the show, mum and daughter, and they sacked a bride. Bridesmaids like sacked a bride. That would be no wedding. Can you imagine their bride got sacked? The bridesmaid got sacked 72 hours before the wedding.
What did she do?
A lot of stuff, and it was coerced behaviour.
Oh dear.
And we spotted it in the boutique. So when they came and dropped off dresses, they went, there's one bridesmaid less. And I was like, I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And they went, can you guess which one it is? And I said,
oh gosh.
And they went, yes. And I went, I'm happy for you. And they went, we're so happy. We had no idea what was going on. And Mum was like, I've heard all about this coerced behaviour. She said, I never knew I was under the spell.
Oh,
you know, because she was being
because this is the problem. Because when you're in the situation of the wedding plans, you know, you've got your deadlines, and you're dealing with all the money and everything else and everyone's emotions. If someone's being that way, you won't necessarily notice it because you're thinking a bit like, well, this is all just what it's like.
Listen, we live with people that are like it. You know, how the hell are we going to find it out?
You don't notice it.
No, you don't notice it. And it was little bits. And when it then all sat down and talked about it, was like, I think it was just one thing that was like, what are you doing? And then suddenly everything else, oh my God, you know, so, and this is just somebody that was just trying to take over, but in a very calm manner. Yeah. And literally directed the wedding how she wanted it. It was quite scary, but we knew who it was. And when the seamstress came in, I went, I heard you got one bridesmaid. She went, oh yes. She said, do you know which one it was? And she said, I saw it. Yeah, we saw it. Yeah. You know, we saw it, but we can't get involved.
No.
We can't go.
But we could call that early doors. From the first appointment. I always think as well, when the guests arrive at a wedding, I sort of look around at everyone and I appreciate everyone's outfits, and I think to myself, that one's going to get really drunk. Yeah. that one's going to
leave with no knickers. No pop socks, Holly.
And I'm always right. Yeah, no pop socks. Love a pop sock.
Who wears pop socks these days?
Me. I think it's just me. They're really good because they keep your feet warm.
What about the rest of your legs? I've got trousers on. Anyway.
Let me know what you think about pop socks.
Yeah, let us know. I don't even know. Where can you buy them? Harrods?
Waitrose?
Waitrose, of course. A fucking co-op.
Well, you can get them in Harrods. You can get everything in Harrods.
Right. What's the best way to set boundaries with difficult guests or family members?
I think going back to telling them what you want.
Yeah.
And bringing them back to it.
It's got to come from the core.
Yeah, got to come from the core. And I think you get a meeting in, and if you can do this face-to-face, even better. Get round the table, no alcohol, and cups of tea, alcohol after everyone's had the rules, and then you sort of say, this is what we want, and clear instructions, and then you bring everyone back to that. I think when Doris is messing around, you can be like, well, hold on a minute, you're on hay bales. So have you done your hay bales? Have you reminding them of the vision?
Because you tend to find that the people that are causing the problems are actually not doing their job. Yeah. They're interfering on other people's jobs, and they've not done so. I think that's good. But I think it comes from core. I think the couple need to sit down and plan, and they know these people, and I go, right, it's like planning a war, your battlefield, okay? And you can get your Lego sets out, your little Lego man. I would. Yeah. I would. Make it fun.
And I think always remember as a couple what you guys want. Don't try not to get diluted with everyone else's input.
And believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I think believe it. And I think the bigger the wedding, the bigger the problem. So keeping it simple. You know, you can have a big wedding, but still keep it simple by how many people you're involving. I think, right, what else have we got here?
Very true.
Right. How can couples protect themselves emotionally during planning?
Well, I think that comes back to what we were just saying there. I think staying together, obviously staying together. Yeah. But I mean, having your
join a force.
Exactly.
Have regular
you are a team
meeting. Maybe, you know, midweek is hump day, isn't it? It's Wednesday's hump day.
It might be in your house.
No, we're not talking about sexual humping. Holly!
My tortoises.
Holly!
My tortoises.
Hump day is middle of the week. You're getting over.
Oh, I know what you mean. I'm being silly. I have heard of that. Sorry. Lowering the tone. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Then make it fun. Go out to a bar, have some drinks, have dinner together, just the two of you. Remind yourselves why you're doing it all.
We had Lottie in a couple of weeks ago, and we did a thing about kids and wedding planning as well. And she said that she sat down with her husband. I didn't agree with this. They had wine and ice cream at the same time.
Oh,
it's like a milk float.
I don't know if I'd want those two together. You know where we have our meetings? Now this is very helpful. So my husband and I, we've built a few houses during our marriage so far, and my husband doesn't enjoy the process of having work done to the house and renovating it.
I would love it.
I love it. I relish in it. He doesn't like it. And when we have to talk about budgets, which I hate, it's a dirty word, and organisation of the build and because I've always project managed it, we have meetings in the bath.
What, together?
Yeah. No, and it's really good because you can't look at your phones because you're in the water.
But what if one of you...
can't argue.
You're in the water. What if one of you likes hot water and cold water? And we have this problem in our house.
Oh.
So John jumps in. John jumps into my bath because I am literally.
It's always like, could you put pasta in it?
Hot, yeah. But it's too hot for pasta. It's too hot for pasta. But I get in, and we tried doing the bath thing because I had a lovely big roll top bath and everything.
Because when you can face each other and like talk about whatever it is, it's a very good couple therapy.
But he likes literally a toddler bath. It's cold. It's freezing. It's just terrible. So
maybe you should put a toddler bath on the floor.
Maybe
John could sit that one.
But why can't you use a neutral ground?
Yeah.
No noise.
Yeah.
No noise somewhere. You know,
not in front of the TV. Just have, like, your own
people.
Time. Yeah.
What can they do?
Walks in the woods together, just the two of you. Picnics.
Yeah.
I think being outside is always really good.
Yeah, because we don't get enough fresh air in it because we're working, aren't we, to pay for these bloody weddings? Okay, so
and it's nice to enjoy the planning stage together.
Yeah,
do things together.
Yeah, and I think write down your needs and your wants, and and go back to.
And I love your plan. You've talked about this before, where doing that separately.
Yes,
that's such a good idea. So each part of the couple.
Oh, good. I can't remember saying that.
No, it's stuck with me.
Agreed.
A lot of people to do that. It's a really good idea.
Go away and like you do with the celebrant. Yeah, is like you do your little vows and then they put them together.
Because everything comes we want, but actually, if you sit back and go, what do I want myself? Okay, I want these things. Yeah, they'll be very similar, and you'll be able to combine them easily. But
surprised. What should suppliers do if a guest or family member is disruptive during the day?
Call security.
Yeah, well, you should have security in some form.
I've had situations, I mean, God, I've been doing weddings a long time. I've had situations where guests have misbehaved.
Yeah, you have to remember, Auntie Fanny is fantastic during the day. She is the pillar of society.
Love her. She does the church flowers.
She does do the church flower. And on a Wednesday, hump day, she does the ringing of the bells.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But at the wedding,
get a slow gin in her, and she is hanging from the rafters.
She's had 2 pims,
and she's
pinching bottoms at the bar.
Punching. So people react differently in drink situations that you probably are not aware of. Again, and this is a little bit with COVID as well. I found that a lot of people their habits changed a little bit from going out drinking to drinking indoors. So you don't get to see the person that is after a few. Some people are okay drinking, 10, lagers and limes and
they're the same.
And one will have a sherry and that's it, and they're off,
No, that's so true. No, and I have had situations where, it doesn't happen often, but I have had situations where we had the sister of a groom, and she just was being really inappropriate. She was like pinching the bottoms of the waiters.
Sorry about
that. And just, you were so naughty that wedding. It wasn't you. But just behaving inappropriately, it's not necessary. And I had to say to her, look, love.
Was she single?
I think she was actually, And I said to her, look, this isn't the time or the place. And she went, I'm just having fun. And I said, I know, but you're going to have to stop what you're doing or you will be asked to leave. And she's like, it's my brother's wedding. And I said, no.
Yeah, but people are complaining.
You don't treat members of staff like that.
Oh, it's members of staff.
Oh, she was doing it to staff members.
No.
Yeah. She was going like leaning behind the bar, trying to help herself to drinks. She was being really naughty.
Again, I'm really, really sorry.
Yeah.
I have done that. To the point where...
I think we both do that. We've all pulled our own pint.
To the point where I've actually been mistaken for bar staff. Put the money in it.
Love it. Oh. No, I've got stuck.
Malfunction.
Pop socks, the buttons.
What is your top tip for resolving conflict before it becomes a bigger issue?
I think just nib it in the bud. If there's something niggles you, deal with it quick. Don't let it escalate. Because also, if something's upset you that someone's done, they don't know that it's upset you, and they'll carry on doing it. And then when you do blow your top, you're blowing your top over 6 things rather than just the first one. Yeah.
I 100% agree. We all do it, and we,
If you let it fester, it's just, and people don't know. Even it's so much easier just to say, you know what? I really don't want you to do that next time. I want you to be involved. I love that you're part of this, but I really need you to be like this.
But you're really confident and I can see you doing that. Whereas me, I may seem confident, but I'll be like, oh.
Well, no, that's true.
What does it matter? And I will let it slide. But I am one of those people go, and it all pops out. And everybody's like...
it eats away at you, though, if you don't say something.
It does eat. It makes you feel sick.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
And confrontation is horrible. No one likes that. But, I don't know then in that case, because... just tell them, wouldn't I? What would you do then?
What would I do? I would probably sit on it and just think, well, how important is that? You know, what does that mean? How important is it? So I'd probably step back, and my other personality, Dolly, would go, actually, that's unacceptable, and then bring me back in the room, and I would probably say, I love that idea. Yeah. So you give them a shit sandwich. Yeah. I love that idea.
I like where your head's at.
However, I don't want that. Or actually, I've decided that I prefer this.
Or ask your partner to say something. You know, you're not alone in this.
John would push me forward. You do it. You do it. You know, and so, but yeah, it's hard though, isn't it?
It is. It's very difficult.
But this goes back. If this is happening to you, this is a clear red flag that person is dominating your wedding.
Because if your thoughts as well, if that's
because if you can't say anything, you're in fear. You know, so I think it's a clear indication. And maybe my other way of doing it is slow withdrawal. Yeah. You know, without them knowing, and they're getting less interaction with me. I'm telling them less.
Is this why you've not been answering my messages?
I did. 10:30 last night.
I'm getting slow with.
Oh, I did send you a good night.
You
message.
did.
I did.
I'm very lucky.
You are very lucky because I didn't say good night to my husband because I was like, my mouth hurts. Sort of like, but I would gently, I would wean them away.
No,
so I'd spend less time with
but
them.
I think you naturally do, don't you?
Yeah.
We don't want to be with people who are making you feel crappy.
No.
We naturally withdraw away from people
exactly
like that.
Right.
You should, as you should.
So these are the quick fire questions that came in, and now we've got real questions. Well, these were real questions. This was a generalisation of what came in.
These are the ones
but these are actual questions coming in. Can I just say thank you so much for sending these in. These are really important because this is helping other people out there navigate their weddings, because it can be really daunting and loads and loads of pressure. So if these are giving you some tools to manage, if this is happening to you, or you're like, oh, actually, this is happening, Janet is doing this to me, it will hopefully help you.
And it's really nice to know that we're helping.
You're not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone at all.
You're not alone.
It's nothing we've not seen before.
Are you having all of those?
Oh, I just was holding them. I just want to look professional. You got to hold those ones.
Oh, okay.
I'm only kidding.
My podcast.
Oh, I just held them.
See? Coerce behaviour.
I was just trying to be helpful.
That wasn't a drill. Go on.
I'm worried now.
I'm worried
now. Well, I'll take this top one because I've already read it.
Okay.
And I'm so dyslexic, it'll take me 20 minutes to read that one.
Are you?
I'm really dyslexic.
Same.
I can barely spell my name. I can barely spell my name.
I know.
It's awful. I can plan a wedding, but I can't spell.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law wants to choose the dress, the flowers, the venue, the food. She is overriding the couple's choices. Oh, my Lord.
This is the mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law.
You're giving her too much information to start with.
How is she?
You're involved.
She's far too involved. How many people are in this marriage?
Remind me. I've got a funny story straight after this one. Please remind me.
This seems like the husband, or I suppose the mother-in-law, so we don't know which one.
Yeah, the partner.
The partner needs to step in and say, Mum, that's enough. Yeah,
but sometimes they're too scared.
Yeah.
And then the other half's too scared because they don't want to set the money. Yeah. Because she's put money in.
This is the problem, isn't it? You take people's money, you take people's opinions.
I think if you're giving people control, it can run away like a train. Yeah. So
But you need to be careful here because she shouldn't be contacting all of your suppliers.
Okay, so I have something in my boutique, and I've done this for a few years now, and actually it was on recommendation of a really good friend of mine, Sandra. Been drunk.
Shout out to Sandra.
Sandra's brilliant. Don't talk to her about the coat.
Well, now I'm going to call her about that.
Yeah, honestly. So she used to work in the police, and she said you should do a code word.
Yes, you've told me about it's like when you pick up a child from nursery. Yeah.
Exactly that. So basically, if you're a supplier listening to this is such a great tip, because I have seen and had it happen to me where people have cancelled somebody's wedding pretending to be the bride or the groom.
It's quite shocking. And you wouldn't think that would happen, but it does.
It absolutely does. No. And, where they've just rung up and they've taken it at face value off a phone call. And we read it out here on the show when Lauren was here, of a wedding being cancelled through the other half.
I remember watching this episode.
The ex-partner literally had the kids, somehow got hold of her phone or got hold of the child's phone and had contact with her, literally got hold of her emails and emailed all the suppliers. So it was physically in writing.
Oh my goodness.
And luckily it was people cancelling, apart from myself.
Also, the suppliers would feel... You'd be,
awful.
Oh my God.
So it was only a conversation that me and DJ Lee Russell...
Yeah, I remember you haven't talked about that.
Do you think that's his full name? DJ Lee Russell.
I think it's his mother christened him, DJ Lee. DJ Lee Russell.
People are Mr.
I baptise you.
DJ Lee Russell.
DJ Lee Russell.
He'll love that. I said, have you had this? And he went, yeah. What do you think it's about, mate? I went, I don't think this is true.
No.
My instinct told me. No. So I got hold of the bride. And did I get hold of the bride? Oh, it's Lauren. Lauren sent me a message, and then I spoke to Lee, and because Lauren fell for it. I went, no, this is not real. And so we spoke, and then we got hold of the bride. Well, he did. And he went, mate, it's not real. And and it all had come out that the police were involved and all that sort of stuff. So, setting up these code words or suppliers saying, I can't deal with anybody else but you. But be careful who you give permission to.
Yes.
Because if you're giving her permission for one thing, you're giving her permission for everything.
Exactly. It also comes back to choosing suppliers who would see a red flag in that.
Yeah. Well, that comes with experience.
It's exactly. No, totally. This is worrying though, because that is basically like the whole wedding that she's choosing.
So I had a bride in just recently. I can't tell you what day, and I can't give you her name, just in case she listens. But the bride listens, the other person I'm talking about. So is this wrong? The mother-in-law to be wants to go lingerie shopping with the bride.
Oh, that's a bit weird.
Isn't it?
I don't want that to happen.
Bride just said to me, is that not weird? I went, that is really weird.
That's
wanting to see
super strange.
Because it's no different than bikinis, I suppose. Yeah. But you're seeing...
No, you don't want...
You're seeing the naughty stuff, aren't you?
Not right.
It's not right.
No, I had a mother of a bride years ago who her own wedding, it was actually quite, and I think that's also to consider this actually, because sometimes these things come from a place where this mother of the bride didn't get the wedding she really wanted.
Yes.
And she's living vicariously through her son or her daughter.
Yeah, sometimes I'm realising.
Totally. No, I had a bride years ago, and her mother was really overtaking everything, wanted to wear a white dress, and in the end had a hat with a little veil. Yeah, she wanted a bouquet, and it just became everything she wanted.
Yeah, that's too much.
And the bride ended up a couple of years later having another wedding, and saying everything I did was my mum's choice. I'm going to do it again the way I actually wanted it.
Yeah. Talking about underwear, have you seen Kim Kardashian's new lingerie? Right.
Oh my God,
G-string
with the
pubes,
with the Birkin, not Birkin. Merkin.
What's a Merkin?
Okay, so in Tudor times.
In Tudor times,
when I was at school.
I was going to say, when I was a child.
Like my friend Shakespeare. So they used to, because women weren't allowed to be actors.
Yeah.
It was only men. When it was a female role in a play at like the Globe Theatre, they would cover up their willies with like a fake bush area, with fake fur. And that would be their Merkin.
Oh, right.
Yes. So it's like a fake woman.
I don't think Kim Kardashian's actually gone that far into...
No, she probably doesn't know the history of it. No offence, Kim.
But basically, if you haven't seen it, Google it. I mean, clever girl, because we're all Googling it. And our algorithm's gone right up. But
everyone's looking at
basically, it's a G-string that's got pubes. Yeah. And they come in different colours. Get ginge.
Oh my God, I did not need that in my life. What is the world coming to?
It was hilarious. Right, he's waving his arms around. Let's get back to business.
Okay.
Right, okay.
But don't wear that at your wedding.
The bridesmaid who's causing drama. Actually, to my lady, do that. Take her to where they're selling Skims.
Yes. Oh my God.
It.
Take her somewhere.
Yeah.
Really, really freaky.
Yeah, really freaky.
Like the proper downstairs basement of a provocateur.
Yeah.
And be like, this is what I like.
It's what he likes. This is what
your son loves.
This is what Tim likes.
Yeah. He says it reminds him of his childhood.
Do it and message
her out.
I'm going to
kill it with kindness. Seriously, over the top.
I'm in on Saturday. I'm going to ring her.
We need to do that.
Perfect. Like, she said, I knew that you would come up with an idea. There we go.
Call ahead as well and get them to show you the freaky stuff.
Yeah,
that would be 100%. And film her face because it's going to be
or take her to somewhere very expensive. And get her to pay for it.
Yes, totally. She should treat you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. The bridesmaid who's causing drama. She's complaining about her dress. She's late to fittings and she's stirring problems between the other bridesmaids and people. What should we do when it's okay to remove somebody from the bridal party?
It's really tough, isn't it? Yeah. It's really sad that it can come to this. I had this very similar situation.
Sounds like a little cow.
I had a bride years ago. She had like 9-10 bridesmaids, and the mum found beautiful dresses, and they all needed to be the same length because otherwise it didn't look right. And this one particular bridesmaid was tiny, she's very small, and she didn't really like the dress, and she was complaining. It was a very nice dress. They all looked lovely, and she was complaining a lot about the dress. And because she was so small, it had to be adjusted because it was too long. So she took the dress to get adjusted, and she had it done into the shortest skirt you have ever seen, like hoochie mama up here.
Hoochie
everyone else was like respectable bridesmaid. I'll wear what I'm told. It's to here.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I've had it altered. And they had to buy her another dress and get it altered again to the right height. And the only way they could pacify her was they said, you can wear it in the evening.
No way.
And so as soon as the bride, well, sorry, I scratched you. As soon as it was first dance, she comes out in this little
hoochie mama
slut number.
Hoochie mama.
She looked terrible.
The thing is that, how much, this takes time. So if you're having to babysit people.
And the energy that went into that and not into
something
the bride.
else. Yeah, exactly. And it dampens the excitement and everything.
No, totally.
Your girl squad should be exactly that.
No, totally. It is sad. What was the actual question? I'm going away from the actual question.
I don't know where it was.
How to choose.
Yeah, when is it okay to listen? Did I talk about this on the... Yeah, we've talked about this at the beginning. 72 hours before the wedding is absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm watching...
if you're not happy,
I'm watching can't speak. I'm watching a thing in America where it's Vanderpump Rules. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my brain. Right, so we're at Serena's wedding, and Kirsten's kicking off, and she's the drunk one.
Yeah.
She's the one that kicks off when she's had a few drinks, and she's absolutely scared about her kicking off at her wedding. If you have this fear before the wedding, there is no time limit. An hour before, you can chuck them out.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
You're not happy.
If the thing that you're going to remember after the wedding is, oh my God, look at we should have got rid of her ages ago. How many times have we got, I should have done that a lifetime ago. I should have done that. I should have done that. Well, you don't want to be doing this on your wedding.
No.
Okay, so that's that one. Right, go on.
Oh, am I doing another one?
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. A guest demands a different meal, seat, accommodation, or special treatment on the day. How should the couple bin them off? How should the couple handle this? What can suppliers realistically do? Well, suppliers shouldn't be talking to you individual guests. No. Okay, a different meal if they've got a dietary requirement. It's not just attention seeking. Because some people go like, I've got gluten.
Different?
Well, some people go like,
listen,
I'm gluten-free.
I've talked about it before, and Shelley knows this is going to be about her. But at my wedding, she has a problem with garlic. Okay,
you've told me about this one.
She's garlic intolerant, but she does say that she's allergic to it. But it's a bit more than that. There's lots of other things that she just doesn't like it. But I think it does.
No, but I'm allergic to pears. I shouldn't have told her this. What's she going to do to me next? Pear in your face. So if there was a pear-orientated meal, I wouldn't be able to eat it. Yeah. So that, if it's an actual, that's fine. Yeah. But changing your seat, your accommodation, or special treatment, no.
But I had it. But basically, I said there's other starters. There was about 3 different choices, and she said, "Oh no, but can I make it a bit different?" And I was like, no, it's like going to cost me more money.
Yeah.
But she went, I'll have 2 puddings then. I went, no.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. But she did on the day, and it was perfectly fine because my maitre d' was bloody fantastic at the venue.
I remember you saying.
Big shout out to Behaviour Group. They were awesome. And I was incredibly lucky with the person I got on the day. They did actually make her dish without the pesto in it.
Oh, good.
You know, but it was, but the
well,
kitchen
a good
wasn't.
supply. Like, obviously, we have situations where a bridesmaid's breastfeeding, or the father of the groom is in a wheelchair, or something that needs some help, or someone needs to arrive early for whatever reason, or whatever it is. At our venues, we always make sure that everyone's very well looked after. But it really depends how this is being delivered.
Yeah.
If someone is being like, I want this, I want that, I don't want to stay in that hotel. Well, why are they there?
Yeah, this is what you got.
Yeah.
You know, we're resorting.
I mean, I've been to weddings where I've had to camp in a tent.
That's because they wouldn't know back in the hotel.
Probably. But that's all the guests were camping. I mean, if I can put up with camping, this person can put up with a seat in that place.
They are adults. They are not children.
Not
they
babies.
don't need supervising. They live their life, hopefully, in an orderly fashion.
Yeah.
They can sort out themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they're not pop stars.
No,
I wouldn't
totally.
expect a pop star to do it.
I think I sometimes feel this way as well when I'm writing a day plan, which I write for each wedding, and I'm doing bit by bit from days before, but on the wedding day, you know, from this time, where the bride and groom going to get ready, where the couple doing this, and I'll think to myself, right, what are the guests eating for breakfast? And then I go, oh no, I'm not responsible for that.
No.
Because you get so involved in them being really well looked after for the whole day.
Yeah.
You suddenly sort of think, oh no, they can get themselves there. They can cope.
I think, again, people panic. It's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
So I think in your information packs that you send out with your invitations,
tell them what's happening.
Be really clear. Breakfast is not included because there's a lot of assumption that goes on in life. But I think in weddings, you know, they went to another wedding and they got breakfast. Why are we not having, you know?
And you do also need to see where this is coming from, because it might be that this guest has like a stoma bag or something, and that seat is actually difficult for them.
Yeah.
But this is, again, where it's all down to communication, because if you call them and say, look, it's difficult for us to do you an entire different day and build our wedding around you. What is the reason for that? And if you know you can say, okay, fine, I'm going to put your seat there, or, you know, you'll have melon instead of whatever, or, you know, there are ways around it, but people have got to be polite. Yeah. Guests need to remember it's not about them.
I just think as a guest, you know, if you're needing something, like you said, you've got a medical condition, I think they would say it.
You would hope so.
You would hope so and say, look, I've got this medical condition. I need to be near the door to the toilet.
Yeah.
Then you'll be like, literally shit. But no problem. I think
it might be that bride that wanted, the guest that wanted to pinch the bottoms. Maybe she wants to be by the bar.
Yeah, exactly. I like being by the bar.
Yeah, it's a good place to
I don't
be.
like waiting.
No.
When I want to drink, I want to drink. What have I got? The groom's friend who drinks too much. He becomes loud, disruptive, and ignores instructions during anything that we do. Who should step in? How do you manage this without embarrassing anybody and causing more problems? I think we all know somebody. Again, this is knowing your guests, but it's very hard to manage because you don't know the plus ones.
No. You know, I think in that situation, I would have a person of seniority talk to him.
Right.
One of the dads.
Okay.
And you could even make a bit of a joke about it.
Yeah.
And say at the beginning of the wedding, right, if such and such is inappropriate, he has to pay 200 quid towards the honeymoon.
Yeah. We actually
give him a fine situation, or have like the father of the bride, father of the groom, like an uncle, someone in authority who's a little bit older, who may have even known him whilst growing up, to say, look, come mate, we know you like a good time, but this is the day.
Yeah. Could you try and limit his alcohol by talking to the bar? Or
that might make him worse. No, you could do.
Yeah,
no,
but it's nothing. Someone saying, no, you can't have a drink because they kick off.
Yeah, that doesn't go down well with us, does it?
No. I hide it in my handbag. What did I tell you earlier? Stick it in your pants.
Okay.
My mum.
I don't want warm champagne.
No. My mum, God bless her soul, used to go to dancing in these hotels and everything. And obviously, you know, she didn't have much money. And she'd go, Shab, pass me my hot water bottle. And I'm like, okay, because she used to get cold.
Oh, you told me this? You've told me this before.
So she used to stick her gin and tonic or bottle of wine in the hatch. I'm like, Mum, what are you doing?
I love it.
What are you doing? She went, well, they're not going to stop an old lady with a hot water bottle, are they? And that's it. She's done cap it.
That's very clever.
Genius. And they wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't take a hot water bottle off an old lady, would you? Do you know what I mean? You know, so security check people's stoma bags.
Walking around town holding a hot water bottle. Know what's going on.
But it is hard. So I think like senior person and I think actually if you are worried and you do know, I had it at my wedding. I mean, in the end, the people didn't come, but the boyfriend or a certain person who I'd never met, but I was being fed all the stories that he fights. He's a fighter. When he's drunk, he's aggressive. He's this when he's had a drink. Literally, I was on my nerves going, this is going to kick off. And
on the day, you would have been thinking, oh God, has he had too many drinks? Oh God, oh no, he's talking to that person. Yeah. You wouldn't have been able to just fully relax. That would have been on your
and it wasn't, it was a few days before that, because we didn't want him there, that his other half didn't come, which still makes me sad today. But however, I couldn't have that. So the moment I knew that was happening, I was like, oh my God, okay. But we had somebody on standby that said, it was actually Toastmaster.
Okay.
Who was a personal friend, and you didn't mess with Ian. He's a firefighter. Huge, lovely, Halloween. But we had him on standby going, right, okay.
And also having someone available to drive that person away if need be.
Yes.
Someone ready to call him a taxi or get him in.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's head poked around the corner. Have we got time for one more? 2 more.
Oh, it's a lucky day.
Oh, he's swearing at me.
We'll take it as a positive,
Did you read the last one or did I?
I think you did.
Okay, here you go. This is for you.
Okay.
The family member who refuses to follow culture traditions.
Oh, that's a tough one.
One side of the family wants a tradition. The other side refuses. How can a celebrant or wedding planner mediate? What is the respectful way to handle this? There is another question that came arm in arm with this one. I don't know whether it is. I think it might be here.
Double part.
And it did.
I would say, I think you need to talk similar to what we were talking about on a previous podcast.
Yeah.
With merging and making it a sort of merging the two cultures and showing. I think the important thing is that both sides of that family want to be represented.
Yes.
But neither of them want to be, you've got to have the equal amounts.
I think the
and
couple
be very diplomatic.
Probably, when we've got cultures, I think it's more important sometimes to the families merging than it is to the couple.
Yeah.
So even
that's often where you do it in the ceremony.
Yes.
And maybe in the first dance.
Yes.
So we had a wedding recently where the bride was Indian and we had an Indian drummer for cutting the cake in the first dance.
Love it.
So it led them into the first dance.
Love it.
And we did the flowers were the Indian flowers.
Yeah.
There were a lot of elements.
Okay.
Which was really lovely.
Yeah.
And it worked really beautifully. But I think
get them to pay for it.
Yes. Yes. If they want those things, they can stump it up. But I think it's quite nice to do
little nods
throughout.
Yeah. So this came in and this just made me howl with laughter because my mother would have done this. So my mum was Indian, so it makes me.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Half Indian, half German. How about that? A bit of Cornish and a bit of Roman, probably. Right. My venue said no outside food. Can you guess what I'm going to say next? My aunt insists on bringing
a pork pie. Oh God, what?
16 trays of samosas. It's a family recipe.
Oh my goodness.
I think the venue have to do it, right? Because it's a family tradition.
If it's a family tradition, I would let that happen.
But I think you need to try and do this at the beginning of negotiating your contract.
Yeah. And what you might have to do is sign a waiver to say that if anyone is ill because of that food, you take responsibility.
Is this a reason?
Yeah. For insurance purposes. Yeah. If somebody ate that food and wasn't well, then the caterer could be responsible.
Now we have a reason for the whys now. I never knew that. It's
very easy. We've done it before where a couple want to bring a certain thing and it sounds a bit ridiculous, but it is important that they just sign something saying the evening food is supplied by us. If anyone was unwell, it is our responsibility. Blank Canvas Weddings is not responsible. Yeah. The caterer is not responsible.
There's nothing worse of coming away and people are ill and then they blame the venue.
And it's awful for us. Here's my right friend. It's awful for us because we would never do anything to create that problem.
I never knew that. So there you go. Then
you may just want. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but there may be also on that you might as well have to check about using the ovens for insurance purposes. If they need to be hot, she might not be allowed. If it's in a hotel, they might not be allowed to use the ovens for insurance purposes.
She might need to nip home and cook them up.
Yeah, cook them up. But it's always at one of our venues. Yeah. Again, we would just sign a waiver and we'd make sure there was a turtle.
But is that any different? Why is that any different to supplying a wedding cake? Because that's an outside source.
Yeah, because if it's raw and being cooked in an oven, there could be cross-contamination. Yeah. A cake is cooked and brought in.
Yeah, but if it's got butter ice, you might get squirts.
You could do.
Could do.
But of course, if that kitchen's like a nut-free kitchen.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
We've got the answers.
You do.
And that's nothing. Again, that's suppliers saying this is the reason why we're not being dicks.
Yeah.
But and I wish more venues do it. Good ones do.
Yeah, I will.
But they'll just turn around and go, no, you can't have that.
Totally.
No, you can't have that.
And I'll always try and do whatever any couple wants.
Yeah.
In some capacity, however we would do it. We'd
Take
make
your clothes
it
off, run.
No, I don't do that.
Right, you
They're not that kind of wedding. Am I doing one more?
Yeah.
Which one should we do? This one looks good. Oh, I like this. The social media problem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A friend posts photos before the couple wants them shared. How do couples set expectations? Should couples create a no posting or unplugged ceremony guideline?
So I saw this come in last night. I had a situation in 25 years, it's never happened to me.
Yeah.
So I got tagged in on a photo album from the photographer. He sent it out to all the suppliers saying, if you could tag me, these are the official photos.
Lovely.
So normally official photos come out months and months after the wedding, don't they?
We usually get, most of my photographers would do a sort of 9 or 10 within a week.
Yeah, no, this was full.
And then the full blown.
This had the watermarks over, and then for the suppliers, they were unwatermarked, saying you can use any of these that you want, just make sure that you tag me in on any reels and anything you do. So normally that's done, and I learned a very, very valuable lesson because I just assumed. So I put it up, and it was on scheduled as well.
Oh,
so
crikey.
It wasn't until the next morning that I wake up to 2 messages from the bride and groom going, I am so sorry to ask you this, but could you take that reel down?
Yeah.
Because we've not shared our photos yet.
Yeah.
So the photographer
was very naughty.
Doing that,
But of course, the photographer owns those pictures.
I know, but I don't.
They're his property. I don't know. I'm not saying it's right, but they are his property. So you need to stipulate and check in your contract with him that nothing is posted.
Yeah.
Really, if you say you don't want anything posted, they shouldn't. As with all your suppliers, if you say you don't want any social media, then that would be agreed.
Because it was on his too.
That is very cheeky.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't be posting anything. On a wedding day, I take hundreds of pictures, but I don't post anything until, I would never post a picture of the ceremony before the ceremony. I take pictures of being set up. I take pictures of it before anyone's there, so that obviously the bride.
You do some cute things where you go you're going between areas, going, just going to go and check to see bridesmaids are okay. They're cute. I love those.
Oh, thank you. But I very clearly don't show
nothing.
any of the day until the couple have had all those pictures and that they're happy.
You did the loos?
I did do the loos. I did do the loos. Well, because I was at a wedding at Littlefield Manor in Guildford, and I suddenly thought I never film behind the scenes.
No,
and it's all very tidy. We just skip for the rubbish, loos.
Yeah, I love
power,
it.
water, kitchen.
But
set up.
This is we have it in the shop, and we have a no photo policy, and they all get the cameras out, and I go, I'm so sorry, we don't allow photos. And most of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
Others will do it like this, which is terrible because it makes the bride look awful.
Yeah.
And she's
the thing is as well, it is the done thing now, isn't it? I mean, so often you're just somewhere and a phone's in your face. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, we got to ask permission.
You do. And I get if people have taken pictures with my kids in the background, I've gone over and I've said, delete that now.
Yeah. I had a bride on Saturday. Right. She went, I don't want photos of me in the dresses. They went, why not? And she, no, it didn't sound like that. but they were like a gasp. Yeah. Why would you not have photos? Yeah. And again, that's personal. That's well, I would want photos. Yeah. Why would you not? So not everybody is the same as you.
No, exactly.
And I think you just have to.
And I think you can have a very nice sign that says unplugged ceremony. I think, to be honest with you, the ceremony is the time when it's so beautiful, and then couple walk in and suddenly you just see phones, and you can't see anyone's faces.
No.
It's really sad. And also there's a very interesting brain trick where if you film something through your phone, you don't take in any of the information. When you put your phone down, if you were asked about what you've seen, you can't remember any of it.
Won't know.
But if you watch it, and you don't need a video of the bride walking in. Yeah. She's probably got 60 people already behind the scenes making sure that all happens.
You can get your celebrant and stuff like that to say, put your phones away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the photographers will be doing your job.
Yeah. And we've all done it where you film something and an email's popped up and your attention goes. I would definitely say No phones.
Unplug it, because that's why you're spending all that money for photographers. They are going to get all those shots for you. But again, it's the fear of the unknown. People think that they know better than anybody else, and they don't want you to be left without that photo.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. But
I think again, it's communication, isn't it? If the celebrant says, look, whoever it is, I'm trying to think of two couples' names. I was about to say
Janet and John.
Janet and John. They've chosen their photographer. He's going to take great pictures. And behind the scenes, it's a good idea to have a wedding your coordinator to do a bit of video as well, because it's lovely to see. But for the guests, I would say no phones, but mostly in the ceremony. The rest of the day, it's actually quite nice to get snippets of the speeches and bits from people's tables. But the ceremony, I wouldn't have everyone with their cameras out. Yeah. It looks really naff. Yeah,
it does. Well, also it ruins the photographer's pictures, and you're one of you coming down the aisle, or those poignant photos.
Yeah. And you remember those moments? We were married in church, and as I walked in with my father, everyone turns and you're like, oh my God, this is everyone I love in one room. It's amazing.
Everybody alive. Exactly. You hope they're all alive.
No, I said everyone I love in
one room. We listened.
We listened twice. Yes, everyone I love was in this one room.
And alive.
Like, if it had all been like, they're fine, it's like, that's not fun, is it?
Yeah,
it's not nice at all.
No, not at all, not at all. We hope that helps.
Hopefully. That's
and there's more.
Information. There are more.
And please keep sending them in, because if it's important to write it down, it's important to you that it gets read out as well.
And it's lovely knowing that we're helping.
Yeah, we are helping.
We're helping
the messages that come through is lovely. And you know, when they come into the boutique, they were like, that helped me loads, because I was going through that and I didn't realise, and I didn't realise you could do this. You know, like I've learned something. I didn't realise that there was a reason why you don't bring your own food. You know, and that makes a perfect sense.
Actually, sorry, going back, can I swing back round to that for a second? Can I just really quickly? Because if you do bring your own food, you need to think about cutlery, crockery, who's clearing it up, plates. You can't just turn up with your plate of samosas.
Okay. So auntie needs to bring the serviettes.
Where are they going to? What table are they going to be on? Serviettes, cutlery, plates, bins, all of those aspects.
That is
it's all doable, but think about it beforehand.
If you're trying to get this, if you don't want this, maybe that's something saying, right, you're going to have to bring the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Because the venue will not.
Yeah.
But that's where the auntie then rings up the venue. How are you going to stop that?
Well, you get the venue on side.
Can't win.
I had a couple where, I think I've told you this one before, the bride said to me, she said, my brother plays the guitar, but he's terrible. And she said, he wants to play and we do not want him to play because, bless him, we love him, but he doesn't play well. And so she said, I don't know what to do. And I said, don't worry about it. I said, you give me his number. So I called him and I said, look, it's so lovely. I've heard that you want to play the guitar. That's so lovely, but we don't have a license for family members to play at the weddings. And he was like, oh, never mind. I'll play the next day when we're all at the pub celebrating after. I was like, brilliant, do that.
Perfect.
And she called me, she's like, I don't know how you did that.
We do
I told a little cheeky lie.
We have to tell many white lies, don't we?
We do, but only for the good of our couple.
Yeah. Well, we are protecting our couples.
For.
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, your suppliers are working for you. So if they are taking direction from other people, you need to be having a word with them, rein them back in, because it's important. Because I promise you, the more you give somebody, the more they're going to want to do more and more and have more control. And it is hard. It is hard. And, you know, after the wedding, you'll be like, I wish I'd done that. And we don't want you doing that.
No.
You know?
No, you want to look back and think it was even better than I ever imagined it would be.
So we did try to finish. So we're going to finish again. Where can we find you?
At blankcanvasweddings.co.uk and on Instagram at blankcanvasweddings.
Yeah, and you've got a new venue.
I have got a new venue. It's super beautiful. It's amazing. Super beautiful. It is a lovely barn in Ewhurst, Surrey.
Clapton lives down the road.
He lives down the road.
He can come and play guitar.
Oh,
can you imagine?
Amazing. Can you imagine?
Can you just rock up like Gary Barlow?
Of course he can.
Yeah, let's tell him.
Oh my God, let's.
That
would be so
If you're
cool.
watching Eric Clapton, can you please do this?
We need to be Sharon.
I will get married again if you do this.
To the same John.
Depends or not. If you need a wedding dress, come and see me at Love Me Do Brides, and we'll see you all again next week. Bye.